I don't know what just happened. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And what the hell just happened? Indeed, I'm still shocked. I'm lost for words. The Winnipeg Jets won Game 1 of the 2021 NHL Stanley Cup playoffs in their Round 1 matchup against the Edmonton Oilers, 4-1. And they had goal scorers that included Tucker Pullman, Dominic Toninato, and Kyle Connor, Scheifele, and the entire first line uniting on 2 empty netters. What a game. What a start to the series. I don't even know what to say. I'm lost for words because I live streamed this whole game, and also shout out to every single one of you who came out to the live stream. That was the best live stream we've ever done on this channel. By far, best numbers, best everything. So thank you so much. That was the most interaction I've ever had with all of you guys as well. So if you're new to the channel from that live stream, thank you so much for choosing to subscribe and join this journey with us to 1K subscribers. And to all you guys who watched it anyway and returning, thank you so much, because that game was crazy. And my emotions went all throughout the roof, because it's like, here are my thoughts. I'm just going to lay it out for you as basic as I can right now. One, I'm happy the Jets won. Obviously, I'm a fan. Even though I was negative, even though I didn't see a lot of positivity going into this series, I'm happy my team won, regardless. You're not going to take that away from me. Number two, this wasn't a great win. It wasn't. It was sloppy. Both teams were sloppy at times, and it wasn't an amazing game by any means. And three, this does not mean anything for the series moving forward at all. This does not set the bar. This does not mean the Jets are the better team. It does not mean anything. And I'm going to explain all of my thoughts and why I think this going into the video, but I got to get this out of the way right now, because the Jets played a very good game and a very bad game. When you watch that first period, what did they do good? They out-hit the team the entire time, actually, not to mind you. The Jets had 68 hits tonight. I think that's the most they've had in a very long time, so very nice to see them playing playoff hockey, obviously. Now, the other big thing that I think was good in that first was the defense was very competent all night. Like, when you watch McDavid break in and the defense collapse, that wasn't because the defense was out of position or just not ready to make the right play. It's because McDavid is McDavid. He took advantage of a defensive team that isn't already the best, and that's just something that happened. I won't put any blame on anybody, and when you look at the defense, Logan Stanley and Tucker Pullman were some of our best defenders tonight. Tucker Pullman in the first period did like a spinorama, like toe drag shot that just went wide. He almost had 2 goals tonight. Like, Tucker Pullman became an offensive defenseman like that. The drop of the puck. No more Tucker Pullman the pylon. Tucker Pullman the new Neil Pionk. Like, this, I was shocked by that nonetheless. And then Dominic Toninato. I've been impressed with this kid ever since he drew into that first game before the end of the season. And I don't want to see him come out. I don't want to see Vesalainen come out either, because Vesalainen had another great night. He could have scored so much. But like, one thing I've been preaching about Vesalainen for so long is that shot. He is so deadly with that shot. Heavy shot. He's got a hard shot. He's accurate with it. And he looked really good tonight, especially for a guy that has been sitting a little bit, not playing as much, to come into a playoff game like that and look very polished and poised. And he looked very experienced on that line. I really liked him on that second line. I want to see him play more. Not to mention the fourth line. The fourth line was fantastic tonight. Nate Thompson had 2 points. Nate Thompson was involved in 2 of the even-strength goals. The fourth line was better than the first line tonight. Again, how many occasions has that been this season? This team has just this problem, though, that I need to touch on, because I said this in my game video on how the Jets can win. I said if the Jets are going to win, they need 2 things. Depth scoring from defenders and off the bottom 6 as well. And you need Hellebuyck to be Hellebuyck. If your Hellebuyck isn't Hellebuyck, you're not going to win. Hellebuyck was freaking Vezina Hellebuyck tonight. Playoff, just the best version of Hellebuyck. And the second big thing that tonight was, which was great, was depth. Tucker Pullman scoring his first ever playoff goal. Crazy. Dominic Toninato, the same thing, coming in and having an absolute clutch. And it was a great goal. Great positioning by him and a great tip. But my only complaint for this game is that if you're going to have the depth show up, that's great. If you're going to have your goaltending show up, another great positive you need to win a series. Your offense needs to be better. I know for a fact that the mainstream Jets media isn't going to be criticizing the top line tonight, because all of them got 2 points. Wheeler got 2 points, Scheifele got 2 points, and Kyle Connor as well got 2 points. So, they played great. They had 2 points. All those plays except Blake Wheeler's primary assist to Tucker Pullman were all empty net stats. That doesn't mean anything. And they were all easy empty nets. Like, that's a problem for me. The first line and the top 6 tonight, at times, the second line looked good. I will give them credit there. But in my opinion tonight, what really killed the Jets was the way the top 6 function. If you're going to expect the Jets, and this is why I said at the start of the video, I don't think this sets any bar for the season, because, yeah, the depth showed up, but Tonato's not going to show up every game, and if he does, that's crazy. But same with Pullman, right? You need the top six to score. If your top six is going to be as invisible as it is until the net's pulled when you already have a lead with 2 minutes left, then, yeah, they're going to maybe have inflated numbers. But we've seen that before. Blake Wheeler, Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, they've had a lot of empty net points over these last few years. That's how they get their numbers up so high. And they're not saying they're bad players, but it's a fact. They have very high empty net totals for points. So what does that mean for this team? You have to have a better identity than just having these guys score when they have a net empty, right? Like, you need them to be able to score and generate. And the other thing, too, is that I talked about heavily how the first line matching up against McDavid is suicide. It will never work. It'll never be a right matchup. And the Jets were lucky that didn't bite them in the butt tonight, because there were a lot of times where the first line was caught in their own zone. They couldn't clear the puck. They couldn't maintain possession. They couldn't do anything with it. And they just kept constantly turning it over to every which way Edmonton Oilers player on any side of the ice. It was just ridiculous there. And that was like the biggest complaint I had with this game, is because if you're going to try to be a playoff team going into a matchup against the Oilers, a team that has had your numbers all season long, and you expect to be successful, how are you going to have any success when your top lines can't perform? And I know Ehlers and Dubois didn't play. I didn't even really talk about that yet. My theory is Dubois is back next game. Ehlers is back game 3, personally. I don't think Ehlers comes back next game. Ehlers is way too important to rush on an injury. They're going to want him to be fresh. They're going to want him to be good. Dubois, I think, is more of a resting thing. I don't think he's hurt as much as he potentially could be getting hurt, way more than he is. It might just be like sore type thing, I don't know, but I'm not a doctor. But that's just my guess. But I don't think that really has anything to do with tonight, because, yeah, you could say, oh, those guys would make the difference. And obviously, Ehlers would make the difference. But Dubois, we had good play from Lowry. Our bottom six was great tonight. Like I said, Lowry was great. You had great play from Kopp, from Appleton at times. Thompson was great. Lewis drove the play well and had good possession. I liked Perreault as well, this line. There was a lot of good positives, but all from depth guys. Stastny was kind of invisible tonight. Didn't do much. He kind of fumbled the puck around a lot. Connor as well. Wheeler and Scheifele visible. No back checking. Same defensive problems. Same, lack of creativity. Dump and chase from that line all night long. I don't know how many times I saw the dump and chase from the fucking center line, and Blake Wheeler hauling ass to get in. He's already like 5 strides behind the Oilers defender. He's not getting that puck. I don't know what their options are there and why they keep doing that. But that's just something that the Jets maybe will have to learn as the playoffs go on. And if that bites them in the butt a couple of times, they'll try to change it up a little bit. The playoffs are for adapting on the spot. Paul Maurice, I've criticized heavily for not adapting his lines in time and being creative enough to adjust on the spot. And even though he does adjust his lines, he doesn't really create successful lines because he doesn't pair guys that thrive off each other, in my opinion, at times. So for tonight, I will give credit to where credit is due. I felt like the depth was really juggled at times, and they looked good. And like, you had an interjection of guys coming in like Vesalainen into the top 6, good addition. So hopefully when you get Ehlers and Dubois back, this settles down. But like I said, this doesn't mean anything for this series, because the Oilers still played a good game. The Oilers could have easily scored 3 goals there if it wasn't for Hellebuyck being Hellebuyck and saving them, especially that one that was loose where Hellebuyck lost it and kind of went through his legs and it was blown before he covered it. If that was one more second, an Oiler player could have put that puck in, or at least had it and had an open wraparound or something. Like, there were a lot of plays that were very, very close to being dangerous for the Oilers, but they just weren't able to capitalize properly. And I think that's something that the Jets are going to have to deal with more as the series goes on, is that play proper, play smart, and adapt. And that's something they're just going to have to do. That's just my kind of opinions. I really think that this was a good start, because I didn't expect this in game 1. None of us did. And the depth showing up, Hellebuyck being Hellebuyck, this is a good sign of things that need to happen for us to win. We just need to see more from the top 6 and get healthy, and maybe then we'll be more successful. All that matters is how Hellebuyck can be Hellebuyck, because I don't care if the top 6 is scoring 5 goals a game. If they're gonna it doesn't matter if you score 5 if you're allowing 7, right? And if Hellebuyck isn't healthy and we have to rely on Brossoit and Comrie as our tandem, that's not the greatest look for the playoffs. And don't get me wrong, I like Brossoit, but you don't want to have that be your option, obviously. Hellebuyck's a Vezina. There's a reason why we got the Vezina banner right there, ladies and gentlemen. He's a Vezina winner, and we need him to be hot. If Hellebuyck's hot and the depth scores and the top 6 can get themselves more motivated and play a better brand of hockey against McDavid and not be so lazy, then, that's good. But the problem also is I've been preaching this along with every other Jets fan all season long. There's been this consistent issue with the Jets just don't play well in their own end, and they don't have back checking, especially from that top line of I always say Ladd. Andrew Ladd is going to be ingrained in my head with Wheeler for the rest of my life. Every time I'm going to say a Wheeler line, I'm always going to say Ladd, little Wheeler. For the rest of my life, I swear to God. Point being, Scheifele, Connor, Wheeler. That's the line I'm talking about. They need to play defense. I've been saying this all season long. I've been saying it for a while. There were a lot of times tonight where Scheifele lost the puck, and he barely put a stride in. He just glided. I'm like, you're going to lose the puck? It's a foot in front of you, and you're not going to stride and reach and fight for it? You're going to curl around lazily? What the hell is that? It's the playoffs. I've been preaching this stuff all season long, along with every other Jets fan, and it's just a problem at this point that we're going to need to overcome to be successful. If everything that happened tonight even to an extent of different guys in the depth scoring and Hellebuyck being Hellebuyck, yet we get a couple even strength goals or even one even strength goal from the top 6. That's how we win games. That's how we beat Edmonton. We beat Edmonton at their own game by 5-on-5 hockey. We got to be better in that area. We scored 2 goals 5-on-5 tonight. That's important. That's clutch, especially from 2 guys that don't usually score. So with all that being said, I'm happy the team won. Looking forward to game 2. Interested to see how the team adapts and changes. And this series just got a hell of a lot more interesting. Hell of a lot more interesting. So with all that being said, I'm going to end the video off here. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, if you're new to this channel, a fan of the Winnipeg Jets, but more importantly, a fan of hockey, regardless of the team that you root for, definitely consider dropping a subscription as we're on that road to 1K subscribers, and any support you can give the channel is always greatly appreciated. Make sure to follow all my socials down in the description below. Turn on notifications if you haven't already. Peace, love, and positivity as always, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you guys in the next video, next live stream. Go Jets, go. It's going to be an interesting series now. We got a good series. Let's see what happens. Hopefully they can come through and get some magic. Go Jets, go, baby. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.